Here, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Bill.
So, you and I have talked about this before, but we've now had time to reflect on it. What did you make of his speech?
Reflect. I never reflect. Never. It's just too boring. I thought his speech was too long, the third longest speech in history, State of the Union history. That's not a criticism of what the content was, because I thought he was pretty clear and concise, and his points were well made. They weren't histrionics or any of that. He didn't go off script. I thought he might at one point, but he came back. But I think that in this day and age, with concentration spans being so short for most Americans, if you want to win over the people who are not your fans, not your base, you got to really keep it pithy. You got to really hit them hard, and then go on to the next one. So I think by and large, the president helped himself. I think his approval ratings will come up. The snap polls after the speech showed that most people who watched it approved of the speech and of him. So it did him a lot of good.
It didn't do much good with Democrats, it seemed. A lot of them sat on their hands during the speech. Nancy Pelosi had the famous looking like she ate something bad face on the whole time. My question is, what are they going to do about DACA? Because it seems he's cleverly boxed them in, and he's got a solution on the table, and they clearly don't want to play ball with him.
Well, first of all, I tweeted last night during the State of the Union that Nancy Pelosi looked like she was sitting on a nail. All right? And then she had this thing with the... going on. The dentures might have been loose. I don't know. But the Democrats were basically in a position where they could have shown a little dignity by being neutral or applauding when they thought a good point was made rather than scowling. I think they hurt themselves. Now, remember, most Democrats were not watching this speech. This was a speech for Trump supporters and independents. There were some, but not a lot. But I do think that the Democratic Party is in disarray. I think the leadership is paltry. On the DACA front, they can make an excuse that President Trump's too mean and he's a racist and they can't vote for this, even if it would help the Dreamers, because overall it's a racist bill. So I'm not sure whether they will cooperate.
Even though he's seen Obama and upped him by 3 times. And you're probably right.
Sure. In the numbers, the Republican Party said, look, it doesn't matter to us whether we give quasi-amnesty to 1.8 million, because we want to get that wall. That wall is our big signature. So if we have to trade the 1.8 for the wall, we're going to do that. And that was the calculation.
The other big issue, of course, swirling around is the FISA memo, the Devin Nunes memo now sitting on the president's desk. Release or not release?
Well, the FBI director, Christopher Wray, appointed by President Trump, doesn't want it out, says there's a bunch of stuff that's misleading in it, issued a statement, a rare statement for the FBI, this is going to damage us. I want to see it. I do want to see it. I would say that President Trump should put it out, err on the side of we don't believe, we, the Trump administration, that there have been a fair investigation into Russian collusion or the Hillary Clinton emails. So we want you to see what the House Judiciary Committee came up with.
In instance of transparency, should they also release the Democratic response?
Sure. Let them release everything they want to release. The press will be all over it. They'll nitpick it. But I think the American people need to get a flavor of what's going on.